Get ready to travel to enchanting places beyond imagination. The 2026 Seminar Awards Circle of Excellence Top Independent Sales Director trip is going to Switzerland.
We can see a new horizon. We can feel adventure calling. Step out on the open road into the great unknown. Here we go.
For achievers of $650,000 and above, your journey begins in Montreux. Surrounded by Lake Geneva and breathtaking views of the Alps, your stay will be at the luxurious 5-star Fairmont Le Montreux Palace. This marvel of Belle Epoque, or beautiful age architecture, is truly fit for Mary Kay royalty. Sitting on the Swiss Riviera, you'll have easy access to the best of Switzerland. Discover all sides of history, from visiting ancient Chillon Castle to participating in unique and fun museum experiences. Go on a culinary adventure with cheese fondue tasting and vineyard tours. Or simply take in all the breathtaking natural beauty that surrounds you.
There's a world of endless color waiting for us to discover. Run into the open wide where dreamers come alive.
For Circle of Excellence prestige achievers of $800,000 and above, your Swiss expedition continues to Zurich. Get lost in nature, whether it's witnessing the sheer power of Rhine Falls, Europe's biggest waterfall, or venturing to Mount Pilatus for stunning nature trails, hiking, and more. Treat yourself to something sweet at Linz, home of Chocolate Workshop. Then finish the day at the Dolder Grand, complete with world-class spas and restaurants as you overlook sparkling Lake Zurich. For those who dare to dream big and work hard, all of this is waiting for you. So stand up and shine. We'll see you on the 2026 Seminar Awards Circle of Excellence Top Independent Sales Director trip.
Join us in the heart of Music City for an unforgettable leadership conference. Celebrate your achievements in Nashville, surrounded by the enthusiasm of your fellow independent Salesforce leaders. This event is about more than rewards. It's about reaching your goals and catching inspiration that can only come from attending Leadership Conference. First, you'll kick up your heels at the Guitars and Glam Party, hosted at Music City Center. Enjoy great food, amazing local music, dancing, and more. Those who qualify for Leadership Conference Luncheon will hear from a speaker who'll share how to keep the momentum going all seminar year long. Those of you who achieve the Power Up and Grow challenges will receive your rewards and recognition at Leadership Conference 2. Ready for your time in the spotlight under the Nashville stars? We'll see you there.
Hey guys, it's National Sales Director Jamie Taylor here, and I am so excited to see you take the big stage at Career Conference 2026. Have you heard the good news? If you are in red, which means you're a star team builder, a team leader, or an elite team leader, if you're any of those, not only do you get to take the stage at Career Conference and have your moment in the big lights, you'll also get a bling badge. And maybe you've been on the stage before, maybe you haven't. But the first time I ever got to take a Mary Kay stage was at Career Conference as a red. And you know what? It's addicting. It changed my life. And I cannot wait for you to have your moment. And sales directors, if you're watching, you also get an onstage moment by having 3 active red jackets in your unit by the end of February. So you're going to get an onstage moment, a bling badge, and a special gift for accomplishing this. I know you can do it, and I'm so excited to see a sea of reds at Career Conference. I will see you guys there.
everyone. My name is National Sales Director Brittany Jenkson. Welcome to our second Vision Workshop. Yes, this is our second one. You can actually check back to see the YouTube premiere of our first Vision Workshop when you go to the landing page and just scroll to the bottom there. You will see that. But I am just so thankful and we are so excited that you are here live with us and made the decision right after Christmas to be poured into. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. This event stemmed out of our National Sales Director Bible Study group, which honestly, I would become a national over and over again just to be in that group. It is incredible. We were studying a book called Visioneering, and it was about Nehemiah's leadership and not coming off of the wall. And so we wanted to share in our first YouTube Live all about sharing our passion and not coming off of the assignment that God has called us to. So we pray today on Vision 2.0 that you really catch vision, that you reignite your vision and or allow us to speak into that vision for motivation through the holiday season, because we believe that God has called us and each and every single one of you to more. That means even through the holiday season. So let's finish your year strong. Start 2026 with fire, passion, purpose, and of course, vision. Well, a lot of people know this and some definitely don't know it, but I started my Mary Kay business on Christmas Day 19 years ago. How exciting, right? And I always say it was the best gift I have ever been given, and I mean it. I'm a better mom, a better wife, a better Christian, a better everything because of my Mary Kay business. And I know that seems crazy. Like, who is joining on Christmas Day? But I sure did. And your next Brittany Jenks might too. So every Christmas, I think we picture joy, warmth, family, wrapping paper everywhere, Scotch tape. Can never find our scissors, right? But I want you to imagine something else this year. Imagine a woman sitting at her kitchen table 2 days after Christmas. The house is maybe quiet for the first time because the kids are maybe finally asleep or playing with the toys. And maybe she's looking at the budget, the calendar, the goals she set last January, and she feels this pull. This cannot be it. I am supposed to do more. And she doesn't know it yet, but she is your next world changer. And maybe that's even you. You are feeling the pull, and that is what brought you here to this YouTube Live today, was the pull and the vision that God and the calling that God has placed on your heart. People see Cadillacs, the pink Escalade, the national area, the events, but they don't always see the moment that created all of this. My moment personally did not show up on January 1st with fireworks and New Year's resolutions. Well, because normally I don't make them because I rarely keep them, let's be honest. It didn't show up at a conference. It showed up during the holidays when life felt chaotic and I felt stretched thin. But something inside of me whispered, start now. Don't wait. Don't wait for that calendar to give you permission. And maybe that's the thing you just needed to hear. Visioneering in the book that we read says visions are born in the soul of a woman who is consumed with the tension between what is and what could be. So let me ask you, what is right now for you? And let's go in imagination to what could be. And that decision to take action when most people take a break is why I am here today. That's why my kids have watched their mom build something meaningful. That's why a whole national area exists. And not just because of me, but the woman who recruited me had to be out and working because I was a warm chatter in Bed Bath & Beyond, which doesn't even exist anymore, and 19 years ago, and she was working her Mary Kay business up until Christmas Day, where she took some time off, of course, but joined me to the team. And I would say it was worth it. Y'all, that decision to take action when most people take a break, that wasn't because I had more time, she had more time, not because we had more confidence, but because we said yes during a season when most people say, I'll wait. Andy Stanley says in Visioneering, a God-ordained vision will always be tied to a burden. And here's the wild thing. Your next leader, your next DIQ, your next $1 million director, she's feeling that same whisper right now. And maybe you are too. So, what does your family need right now? What do you need right now? Where has God called you to do? And what has He called you to do that no one else can do the way that you do? Did you know that when you step into a position of red jacket by February 28th, you get to walk across stage at Career Conference? Now, some of you I know are brand new. Career Conference is this magnificent event that the company throws for us, and it's in different pockets, different cities all across the United States. And you just attend either where you're director or national sales director or what's closest to you. And the company comes and they celebrate us and they educate us. And then there are stage walks. And these stage walks are absolutely incredible. You get to walk across the stage and be celebrated in a way you've never been celebrated before, with all of your closest girlfriends screaming for your success and so proud of you. And in order to walk across the stage at Career Conference, it's just 3 active right now. In fact, sales directors, there's special recognition for you as well. But I know I'm talking to consultants here. 3 personal active team members allows a march across that stage for you. And I want you to dream a little bit bigger than just you walking across that stage. If you're a consultant sitting here right now, not yet in your red, how many people, how many of your team members could you bring with you that get into red and walk across the stage alongside of you? Can you imagine it? Can you see it? See, the holiday season doesn't make recruiting harder. It makes the right women easier to find, because the ones who will say yes right now, they're not casual. They're not looking for just something to do. They are hungry. They are ready. They want a fresh start before the world tells them that it's time. So some consultants think no one wants to start at Christmas, which is hilarious, right? But the truth is, this season is when women are most aware of what is missing. They're thinking about their family, their finances, their future, whether they're living in purpose, and what needs to change before the new year begins. Women don't need more time. They don't. They need hope and a simple next step. And you get to offer that step. So imagine reaching out to someone with something simple like, hey, Sally, I don't know why you popped into my mind today, but I'm wondering if you're looking for a fresh start going into the new year, because this little opportunity has completely changed my life. And I'd love to show you what it could do for yours. Lisa TerKeurst in the book, The Best Yes, says it the best. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. See, you're not bothering her. You're not interrupting, you are interrupting doubt. You're offering a door she did not know that she needed. So a few years ago on December 16th, someone incredible came into my life. Her name is Gloria. From December 16th through December 31st, okay, I need you to hear me. She recruited 8 personal active team members so she could attend Leadership Conference. She made a decision, and she did not wait until January 1st. Because breakthrough doesn't follow a calendar. It follows a decision. She didn't wait for a new year. She created one with her yes. It changed everything about our team. Everything. Because sales directors kept coming and people started believing. They realized really deciding is all that it takes in order to be able to go into director and qualification. And I know so many of you are sitting here right now and you had Nashville on your goal posters. It is not too late. In fact, it's so funny. Oftentimes when I'm not loving my numbers and what my numbers look like at this point in the year, I'll message my assistant and we'll start brainstorming together. And she oftentimes will say something along the lines, but you've not even met your Gloria yet. And it's the truth. Maybe you just haven't even met your Gloria yet. So today, I want you to remember this. Momentum doesn't magically appear on January 1st. It starts the moment that you decide. I had another consultant. She made the same decision on December 31st, New Year's Eve. So you might be like, well, this is a little bit later than December 16th. It doesn't matter. She decided on the last day of the month. She knew she was called to leadership. So she woke up that day and called everyone and started sharing differently. Not the minimums, friends. She shared the big picture of Mary Kay with passion and confidence and gave them the ability to believe in themselves again. Guess what? That year, New Year's Eve fell on a Sunday. And I'll never forget, I was sitting in church and my phone just kept lighting up. Luckily, I turned off the sound and it was like 1 agreement, 2 agreements, 3 agreements, 4 agreements, all the way to 10. At that time, you needed 10 active to get into DIQ. She went from 1 active team member to 10 active team members in one day because she made a decision. Andy Stanley says your vision is someone else's permission. What does that mean? Your dream, your decision to say yes and step out today and gather vision and confidence is going to give someone else permission to dream again, to catch vision again, to have confidence again. Your belief might be the spark that lights her entire future. So let's go find her. I pray this blesses you today and that you're so thankful for the time and energy these national sales directors have selflessly poured into their trainings, teaching, in this vision workshop. So I thank all of my national sales director girlfriends. You are the best of the best. And you also realize that momentum doesn't magically appear on January 1st. It's the moment that you decide. I get to pass it off to my amazing national sales director, partner in crime, Pinky Promise Keeper, Kim McClure. So off to you, Kim.
Hi, everyone. My name's Kim McClure, National Sales Director, and I'm so excited to come and talk to you today about the December that changed everything for me. It was December of 1993, and I'd been in building my Mary Kay business for about like 19 months. And when I started my business, I thought I'm going to become a director within 2 years. And I wanted to become a director so that I could be home when I had children and not have to have my kids in daycare, but I could be a work from home mom. And so my vision was 2 years. And it was the end of December, right about the 27th of December. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am nowhere near becoming a director, because back in those days, we had to spend 4 months earning the use of a career car, and you had to have 5 people on your team before you could start that process. And then you could go into DIQ and finish it with 30 women. And to earn the car, we had to have 12 people, and we had to do a minimum of production every single month for those 4 months. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I have been playing around with this, and I've been talking about it a whole lot and not really doing my Mary Kay business. I mean, I was a star consultant every quarter, don't get me wrong. But it was that I wasn't working on purpose about faces every week and sharing the business every week. And so I made a decision that I was going to quit talking about it and I was going to be about it. And so that caused several other things to have to happen in order for me to be able to finish directorship. So the first thing was I made the decision. I got focused, I got committed, that it didn't matter what my emotions were like. I was going to work no matter what. It didn't matter what was happening. I was going to make appointments happen as long as it took. I would stay at it for as long as it took. That means I had to schedule time. I had to schedule my booking time. I had to schedule when I was going to be doing appointments. And here's the other thing that it meant. It meant that I couldn't waver and I couldn't stop. Despite the fact that there might not be evidence there, I couldn't stop working. Directorship became my priority after God and my family. The second thing I had to do was I had to believe in myself. I had to believe in God, that if he gave me this dream, that he would bring it to pass no matter what. And I just went back to what we had was Applause Magazine before, and now it would be Recognition Central. Retirement. Now it would be Recognition Central. Sorry for that interruption there. And I just was like, if all those people did it, then I could too. If they could, I can. And that's the same that's true for you. That's why Mary Kay is like such a beautiful thing, is that it's not that you have to be the right personality or that you have to like say the right things. You have to have the right heart to be able to help other women. The third thing that I had to do was I had to visualize myself, seeing myself becoming a director, seeing my director debut, seeing me tell my family that I'd accomplished it. The fourth thing, this was a biggie, I had to get really uncomfortable. I had to step out of my comfort zone. Our comfort zone is like a cage. And we are there with all of our problems, with all of our bills, with all of our limiting beliefs. And I had to step outside that comfort zone. And what I kept going back to was Mary Kay Ash would always say, when you want to go to a different place, you need to do the thing that you fear the most. When you feel stuck, you need to do the thing that you fear the most. And so I found that when I did it, I either got results or I was no longer chained by those fears anymore. And I had more confidence. And confident women attract other women who want to be more confident and who are confident. Um, then so I just was like, okay, what's the next baby step thing that I need to do? The next thing that I had to do is I had to give up some things, right? We have to create more space in our schedule. And so I talked with our family about what I wanted to do. So they were on board and they knew about it. My husband actually volunteered to help with laundry, like cha-ching. Yes, that was great. But that meant if he was making time and space for me, I had to be diligent to make sure that I was producing results for our family. The next thing that I did was in my calendar, I booked 8 appointments to hold 5 within a 2 week period of time. That was the very first thing that I went to when I started my Mary Kay business. I was told that's what I needed to do at least one time, book 8 to hold 5. And when I did, I was blown away by how much money I made. It was so crazy. And so that became the pattern, book 8 to hold 5 and then book another 8 to hold 5. And what that actually led to was it led to me having 10 appointments on my date book within a 2 week period of time at all times. And that formula carried me to Cadillac. It carried me to my first 500,000, to trip director, to becoming $1 million director, to becoming number one in the number one leader of the most amazing unit in all of Mary Kay. Not just once, but 3 times my unit held that title. Thank you so much to all of my people for that. We always were just having so much fun blessing women. You see, when we get a shot at a woman's face, we get a shot at her heart, and we get to know her and talk to her and find out her dreams. And so the next thing that I had to do was I had to be on purpose about sharing. I shared with at least 2 women from every single appointment, the hostess and at least one other. And sometimes it was everybody. And I just said, this was part of my booking script. It was part of my team building. I am building my business so I can be home when I have kids. And so you being one of my 30 women I get to pamper in the month, you're helping me stay on track for that. With you being one of the 30 women that I get to share about what this Mary Kay business does for women, how it's changed my life and how it could change your life or the life of someone that you know, like you being one of my 30 women to listen helps me to stay on track for that promotion. Doesn't matter if you're a yes or a no, but you're helping me. So I was sharing with passion. I was committed no matter what. I was going to make this happen. Another decision that I had made was I made a decision to become more duplicatable, to say the same thing when I opened my party, to do my party the same way, and to nail my closing with my 5 closing questions so that anybody who would be watching me would be able to repeat what I was doing. Another thing that I did, I started tracking. I tracked my faces. I tracked my sales. I tracked the number of skincare sets that I sold. I tracked how many people I shared with and how many people said yes, because a tracked number grows, you guys. And I realized that people that I saw that were moving up the career path were doing parties, and I was doing a lot of individual faces. Kind of takes the same amount of time. And so I had to offer more to get more bookings. And so if I would offer $100 of Mary Kay for free when you had 4 or 5 women around your kitchen table, Combined with my goal that I was sharing with them, I started getting women who were wanting to help me and wanting the free product. And so I started offering more to be able to get those appointments. I would book the individual facial, but then I would turn it into a party by sharing my goal and what they could get in it, and just how much more fun it was to have their girlfriends there as well. The next thing that I did, my number 10, I called my director every day. I told her what I was going to be doing and what happened from the previous day because I was willing to be accountable, because I knew if I had to tell her I was doing something, I wanted to make sure that I was making things happen. And then my last pieces of advice for you: don't quit. It's messy in the middle. You don't always feel like it's going to come together, but you have to trust. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not in your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he'll direct your paths." So when I didn't know, I was like, okay, Lord, I'm leaning into you. What do I do next? Who do I call? I prayed and asked for favor with those people and that he would connect me with the right people. And guess what? He did. Did that mean that everybody said yes? Heck no. I got tons of no's along the way. You're not going to get the yeses without getting a bunch of no's, especially about team building. But if they said no, I would say, can I come back and ask you again? Because I really believe in you. And I'd be honored to have you join my amazing top team that I am building. And the last thing I want to leave you with: the pain of regret weighs tons, but discipline and consistency will be your pathway to success, and they weigh nothing. You guys, this is my last year of me being an active national sales director. And if I could give you any gift, it's to tell you that it is going to be so much better than you think it is. And it is so worth it to give you and your family what this business equips women with, offers women. Like, it has totally transformed and changed my life, my family's life, our eternity. Thanks to Mary Kay being about God first, family second, and career third. So girls, go get it. Go get started. Do not despise the small beginnings. That has come to me so many times as I've been preparing this. So take your steps and jump in and get going. And we will see you as Mary Kay sales directors. And we will see you driving pink Cadillacs. And we will see you earning top director trips, earning diamonds, becoming national sales directors. Mary Kay created this for you. So go and get it and make it happen. God bless you all and have a fabulous 2026. You are the fix in 2026.
Hi, friends. Thank you to the amazing National Sales Director, Kim McClure. All right, you guys, I'm Holly Lowe. Breakthroughs happen the moment you decide to move. Anybody? Can I get an amen? I'm so happy that you're here and you're tuned in and you're ready for a new big vision. Anyone? Yes. So I was a brand new beauty consultant sitting at Career Conference, you guys, not qualified, not polished, but I knew God was nudging me to move. Have you ever sat at an event and you thought, oh my gosh, I can no longer just sit on stuck. I cannot just stay in the same place. You guys, I had been in Mary Kay for a year and I sat in that room as a beauty consultant and I knew I had to do something different. I needed to make a new decision. And so when I left that event, I decided I wanted to go on Target for my car and I wanted to become a Mary Kay sales director. And so when I left, I got busy. Okay. I added 6 new team members the very next month. We did 8,000 wholesale production and my commission check, y'all, was almost $1,000. Now, I got to tell you this because here's the truth. Nothing about me changed while I was sitting there. Nothing about my profile box, my family at home, nothing else changed, but my mind was expanded and open to possibilities. But then, you guys, even with all that momentum, I almost quit. Can you believe it? I almost quit after I just recruited 6 girls. I just did almost 8,000 and I just earned my first $1,000 in commissions. And I was so excited because I was selling products like crazy. But guess what? I started comparing myself to all the directors in the room. Understand that breakthroughs begin with movement, but breakthroughs are sustained by identity. So the enemy attacked right after I got the momentum, right? But God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. So I want you to hear me. Your takeaway from this little part is you don't need confidence to start. You just need movement. Just do, right? The beginning of done is do. So you don't need confidence to start, y'all. You just need movement. Just start moving. My next piece, you guys, is my identity shift then started to happen when I understood that my life rises to the level of the words that I was speaking. So the greatest impact on my life is inside of these 6 inches. My next breakthrough wasn't skill-based. It was here. It was all head. I read a book that taught me about the goodness of God and how achieving and succeeding wasn't bad, but that as a believer, I was wired to be an achiever and that God used all things for good. And so I could be highly successful in Mary Kay. And as my girlfriend Heidi Gelzer says, a goal, the deadline changes lives. And y'all, anything that I can do in Mary Kay that builds the kingdom is a good thing. For the first time in my life, I spoke life over myself daily with positive affirmations. It was the first time I wrote affirmations for myself. Y'all, I didn't get better because of my circumstances changing. I got better because my inner narrative changed and I no longer aligned with all of those negative, doubtful, demeaning, ugly things that I sabotaged and said to myself, I didn't align with that girl anymore. So your takeaway from this section is you will never rise higher than the words you repeat daily in your mind. You will never rise higher than the words you repeat daily in your mind. So you guys, how do you level up your vision this new year? It's your time to rise and shine and align. This is your activation piece. So your next breakthrough is a decision plus a declaration plus a do. So what does it mean for you for your new year? I want y'all to just think for a minute. What do I want to do this new year? I'm one decision away from having momentum, from having a totally new identity that I can bite onto and believe in. Success is not complicated, y'all. It is movement and mindset. That's it, right? So number 1, you guys, decide. I want y'all one decision that I've got to make before the end of today. What is one new decision that I can act on? Then your declaration. In 2026, I am. Whatever follows I am becomes your reality. Whatever follows I am becomes your reality. And last, you guys, is do. Again, the first part of done is do. Decide, declare, and do. Those are your 3 steps to a bigger vision and a beautiful 2026 life that you are going to decide, declare, and speak over, and go do and build. Your 2026 December self, 1 year from today, well, thank you for making a new decision, for declaring God's promises, aligning your identity with Him, and getting your dreams done by simply starting today. Now, I want to pass it over to National Sales Director Ruth Everhart.
Thank you, Holly, and welcome, consultants. My name is Ruth Everhart, and I'm excited to spend a few moments with you. And in the book, Experiencing God, it tells us that God is always working all around us. We just need to be willing to join Him in whatever He's doing. When I started my Mary Kay business 19 years ago for the second time, I didn't realize that God was working on my behalf and directing me back into Mary Kay for the purpose of leadership and becoming a director and a national sales director. I didn't realize He was going to use my Mary Kay business as a vehicle to lead women and families to Christ. Looking back now, I can see His hand all over my life and business, and He's still looking for women today that are willing to say yes. Maybe that woman is you. 19 years ago, you would have not picked me out as someone who become a sales director, earn a pink Cadillac, earn top director trips, and national sales director. I wasn't a confident leader, but with God's help and the encouragement of my sales director, the support of women in this company, my confidence grew and my life changed. So today, I just want to share 3 simple keys for success. Number 1, set short-term goals. When I started, I was working my job, married with 2 children, and carrying $20,000 in credit card debt. My dream was freedom, flexibility, and greater income. And I knew becoming a sales director was the path to get there. My director gave me one short-term goal: 30 faces and 10 interviews in 1 month by holding skincare classes every single week. That consistent activity month after month took me from being a star team builder in January to pink Cadillac driving sales director just 9 months later. It was like having a baby. And my commission check that month was $8,254. To God be the glory. Woo! That year, I was able to pay off $20,000 of credit card debt. Thank you, Mary Kay, and quit my job. And I've never looked back. That short-term focus changed everything. It's very similar to what we're doing now. Kit and commit, booking 8 parties so 5 will hold in a 2-week period. Decide what you want. Set that short-term goal and consistently work the plan. How many of you would like your life to look different a year from now? You can do it. And then 2, evaluate how you invest your time. That was really important for me to do because my desire to change was greater than my desire to stay the same. And I realized that if I wanted different results, I had to make room for my Mary Kay business. When you have money, right, you want to invest it where it's going to give you the maximum return. Well, it's the same with our time. You want to invest your time wisely and put it into things that will give you the maximum return in what matters to you most. Decide what you want for your life and what you want to do with your time. And you actually do have time. We all have the same 164 hours a week. And after 40 hours of working, you're left with 124 hours. After 68 hours of sleep, you're left with 56 hours. After 20 hours spent with your kids, you're left with 36 hours. After 10 hours of personal time, working out, reading, exercising, it still leaves you with 26 hours. And then 10 hours of working your Mary Kay business, that's 3 parties a week. And that still leaves you with 16 flexible hours. So what did I do with my time? Well, I let go of being a volunteeraholic. I gave up TV, and today I would also include endless scrolling on social media. I ended up sharing responsibilities at home with my husband instead of trying to do everything myself. I got a house cleaner. I also released control of having to do everything for my kids by myself. So my husband and I started sharing those responsibilities too, taking them to sports, going to parent-teacher conferences. And guess what happened? My kids and my husband formed an even closer relationship. And I chose to show up for the most important games and events that mattered to my kids. I said no to leadership roles that took a lot of time, but didn't move me towards my goals, such as being a band mom president or parent coordinator of my kids' classroom. I didn't quit everything, but I chose what mattered most. That time investment gave me the freedom to quit my job, pay for my kids' college education, enjoy family vacations, just to be present for my family in every season, from raising my kids to caring for my dad, and now being Gigi to my grandbabies. So evaluate where your time is going. Your time is just like your money, should be invested in what gives you the greatest return. Number 3, be willing to make short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. There's a quote I love. If you do what most women won't do now, you'll be able to do what most women can't for the rest of your life. Let me share one story. Early in my directorship, I received a call from a wedding planner named Brandy asking me to do makeup for a bride and her bridal party. I agreed to do it for free in exchange for her hosting a Mary Kay party. Then I realized the wedding was scheduled on the same day that I was supposed to go with my family to Disney. I prayed about it and I just felt something was telling me I needed to go and do this wedding. I know it was God leading me. And with my husband's support, I made the sacrifice. And I'll be honest, they were driving to Orlando and I was crying all the way to my bridal makeup appointment and back. But I listened to the God's voice. I did the bridal party's makeup, and then Brandy did host a party, and then she signed up as a consultant. And over the next 9 months, because of her, our unit added 112 unit members. And it gets better. When I became a national sales director, 3 of my offspring sales directors, including Brandy, came from this one decision. And it's even better than that. There's a kingdom impact. Brandy rededicated her life to Christ, and her offspring, sales director Mindy, and Mindy's sister, star team builder Maddie, also accepted Christ while they were at a Mary Kay event. Both Mindy and her sister are now in heaven today because they invited Jesus into their hearts and lives. God is truly working all around us. The question is, are you willing to join him in what he's calling you to do? Between your dreams, inspiration, and its manifestation, there's going to be a lot of perspiration. As every new parent finds out, it's much harder having and raising the baby than conceiving one. But if you have the passion for your dream, the price tag won't stop you. You'll get up every morning, draw on God's grace, take one more step in the direction of the thing you know God put you on this earth to do. Mary Kay needs more women willing to step up to directorship. If that's a desire in your heart, now is the time to step up into all God has called you to do and be. Are you willing to join God in what he's calling you to do? You can do it. Thank you so much. And now I get to pass it on to the beautiful National Sales Director, Jill Davis.
Oh gosh, thank you so much, Ruth. Wasn't that amazing, y'all? Like, that was so great. I know that you are so fired up and you are ready to just hit the ground running with your goals. But real quickly, let's dive in and let's add one more tool to your tool belt, and that is the tool of digging deep. Okay, so I know that you're encouraged and you're inspired and you're ready to just go. But what happens whenever you hit discouragement? What happens when you are in the middle of life and life gets crazy with jobs, kids, and just life in general? This is the time when making sure that you've developed the muscle of digging deep. And this is when it really shines through. So here's the thing. There are 4 ways that we're going to learn to dig deep. And number 1 is we're going to pre-decide that we are willing to do the work. That pre-decision is everything. We can't wait for inspiration. We can't wait for the right time. We can't wait for all the lights to be green. It's never going to happen. It is a pre-decision. Number 2, we're going to identify why this goal is so important to us, and we're going to keep it in front of us. Whether it's on our vision board, our vision book, maybe it's a screensaver, whatever it is, keep it in front of you and know why and know who. What is your why and what is your who? So why does it make a difference to you to hit this goal, and who is impacted? Sometimes the who is the greatest driving force. Number 3, get that accountability. Grab a power partner, your sales director, your national sales director. That accountability, even though sometimes it sounds like a bad word, it is a gift to you because we will work harder, we'll be more diligent, we will dig deeper when that accountability is in place. And number 4, identify what could slow you down or stop you? If you were in front of me right now, the first thing I would ask you is, what is your goal? Why do you want it? And then I would ask you, what could slow you down or stop you? And identifying that key component will allow you to put things in place to push through. Because what could slow you down or stop you, those are your limiting beliefs. And so that's the thing. We only go as far as our next limiting belief. But if we believe it, like we hold tight to it. So when you create the breakthrough, or you put the systems in place to create the breakthrough, then that is where the power happens. Next, we focus on your strategy. So what is your strategy for achieving the goals? It is so important to be crystal clear on what the goal is so that you know the numbers. So let's just say, for an example, you want to become a DIQ by January 1st, and you want to go to leadership in Nashville with all of us. Gosh, you guys, we would love that so much. But let's say that you're looking at it and you're like, oh my goodness, I only have 2 team members and I need 8. Well, that's clarity, right? Because now you know you need 6 team members in order to get to that goal. Now that we're clear, we can create a strategy around how to get those 6. I would be making lists like crazy. I would be talking to your sales director and coming up with a way to have those conversations to get those 6 team members. That strategy is what you want to develop the tool to dig deep around. So, what is your goal? Knowing those numbers and allowing you to break it down to bite-sized pieces is everything. Let me tell you about my friend, Jennifer Huff. So Jennifer started her Mary Kay business with the information to her husband of, I want to start a Mary Kay business so that I can earn the use of a Mary Kay career car, become a sales director, and be a work-from-home mom. So she started her business and she was diligently working her business. However, she had not achieved those goals just yet. And he said to her one day, he was like, so when are you going to do that? And she says she needed that push, that accountability, in order to get her to really hit the gas on her business. So that was in the month of December. So she decided she was going to become a new DIQ by January 1st, but she needed to personally add 5 team members in order to make that happen. So she went to work. And you know what happened? The next 20 people told her no. She experienced 20 no's in a row. But those no's are not in opposition of her goal. They're simply a part of it. And so she knew that the yeses were on the other side. So she developed the muscle of digging deep, and she pushed through, and she kept asking, and she kept doing the work. She kept following up. And she added her 5th team member, putting in the final order on December 31st, which also happens to be Jennifer's birthday. And she is now working to earn the use of her 2nd pink Cadillac. I'm telling you, developing the muscle of digging deep is everything. So with any goal in any area of our lives, it's commitment. It's the commitment to the goal and the strategy that makes all of the difference. So there are 3 levels of commitment. I'm going to tell you about all 3, and I want you to think about which one describes you. So level number 1 is, I'm in it. I am all in as long as it's convenient, as long as it's fun, as long as I see it. And the minute I don't, I'm out. You guys, that's most of the world. That's level 1. Level 2, I'm in it. I'm in it even when it's not convenient. I am all in with this goal. I'm going to work it. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to dig deep. I'm going to do everything I can. But the minute I don't see it, I'm changing my goal. That's level 2. That's still a high level of commitment, but in order to make progress in any area of your life, you're going to want to be at level 3. Level 3, no matter what. I'm all in, no matter who gives up, no matter who gives in, no matter who ghosts me, no matter who said they were going to join my team and then doesn't, no matter what hostess ghosts me, no matter who's sick, no matter what. I'm all in and I will go under, around, over, and through to make this happen. That's level 3 commitment. So, which one describes you? And which one do you know you want to choose in order to hit your goals? So, as we wrap up our vision workshop with you, I want to issue you a challenge, actually, 2 challenges. So, the first one is I want you to finish your goal. I want you to finish your goal that you set out to accomplish on July 1st. That goal that you said, I want to be here by December 31st. Maybe it was earning the use of your very first red jacket. Maybe it was developing a certain number of team members. Maybe it was to start DIQ to join us in Nashville. I want you to finish that goal. And number 2, kit and commit. You may have heard this. This is pretty much a worldwide phenomenon that some of the national sales directors developed and implemented, and it is going viral. Kit and commit is going old school with Mary Kay, basically working our Mary Kay businesses the way Mary Kay Ash asked us to. And that is to book 8 parties to hold 5 in a 2-week period. So in the month of January, you get to choose what 2 weeks do you want to hold your 5 parties. Book 8 to hold 5. Okay, who's in it with that? And the very first thing I would do is I would go and create your golden list. Do you have a golden list? You may have heard it as your wedding list. I always, always, always have a golden list. That's what I call it because it is gold to my business. If I don't have that golden list, I can find myself going, who do I book? Who do I talk to? But that golden list is made up of literally everybody, and I always have it with me, and I'm always building it and working on it. Maybe it's somebody I see on social media. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember her. Maybe it's a customer. Maybe it's a former customer. Maybe it's a neighbor. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's an extended family member. That golden list can be made up of anybody and everybody. You have thousands probably of contacts in your phone. So make that golden list and start asking. I'm doing New Year makeovers and would love to pamper you. Are you available on, give them the date. That's it. And then I always suggest booking with a picture. Grab one of our beautiful Mary Kay graphics and share that with your script. And you will be amazed at how many responses you get. You know, we often confuse our success with the rewards of success. And that is why so many dreams are abandoned. But the rewards of success will come when we embrace the vision that God lays on our hearts and we consistently pursue our dreams. That is truly success. So who's in it? Who's accepting the challenge of finishing what they set out to accomplish during the first 6 months of this seminar year? So by December 31st, and who's in it to win it and who's committed to kit and commit? I want to see it. I see you guys. I see you. I love it. You guys, we cannot wait to celebrate you. And I just want to thank you so much for tuning in and so much for just being due diligence to your business and building it because so many people are attached to your dreams. Bye, everybody.